Have you ever noticed some people don't celebrate achievements? They just exhale, like they finally got permission to exist. There's something strange about them. They crush goals, they ace tests, they stack wins. Everyone calls them crazy motivated, but deep down, they're not chasing success, they're running from disappearing. Because as kids, they only got praise after achievement. And praise wasn't love, it was proof they were allowed to be seen. So here's the real question. What happens to a child who learns that love only shows up when they succeed? You grow up in a house where good job doesn't feel good. It feels like a warning. Like, nice work. Now don't mess it up. And maybe your parents didn't yell. Maybe they didn't punish you. But silence? Silence hits different. Silence says, you didn't do enough. Here's the thing. Kids don't just hear words. They study timing. They notice praise only comes after the trophy, after the grades, after the win. And the brain learns one rule. If I don't achieve, I don't matter. Psychologists call this conditional approval. It's when love has terms and conditions like an iPhone update. Attachment theory says kids aren't just loved, they're trained on how to earn love. And this is where it gets interesting. People think strict parents create pressure. But low-key, the scariest pressure doesn't yell. It smiles and says, you're doing great. Keep going. You start fearing average days, days without milestones, days where nothing impressive happens. Because no achievement equals no applause. No applause equals no identity. Your brain links performance to survival. That's not ambition. That's anxiety in fancy clothes. Now you're older. But that rule, it's still running the show. You feel guilty when resting. You hate asking for help. You apologize when you don't have results. You act chill, but deep down, if you're not productive, you feel invisible. You don't chase goals because you want them. You chase them because standing still feels dangerous. And people call you driven, hardworking, savage, but they don't know you're not chasing success. You're dodging shame. Your dreams aren't dreams. They're deadlines. Here's what's really happening. Your self-worth became performance-based. Psychologists call this contingent self-esteem. I am worthy only if I achieve. Your mirror doesn't reflect your face anymore. It reflects your output, your resume, your latest win. And the scariest part? When someone loves you for just being you, you don't trust it. Because your brain goes, wait, I didn't earn this. If this hits home, you're not broken. You were trained. You survived the only way you knew how, by performing your way into being seen. But here's the truth. You're not on stage anymore. You're not a project. And rest is not a crime. Try this. Do one thing today with zero purpose. No achievement, no angle, just for you. It'll feel weird, uncomfortable, maybe even wrong. But that's because your nervous system has never known love without a scoreboard. Have you ever noticed some high achievers don't feel happy? They just feel allowed to breathe? But survival isn't living, achievement isn't identity, and praise isn't love unless love is there before the achievement. So hey, if you were that kid, hear this loud and clear. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to fail. You're allowed to be loved without earning it. Because the greatest achievement of all is learning to exist without permission.